Okay, great. Well, thank you. I wanted to start, obviously the title of this presentation is Intrinsic Motivation for Project Managers. And I wanted to start by asking individuals to consider this comment and this point, which is what motivates you as a person. It may be what motivates you at work. It may be what motivates you at home. It may be what motivates you in your life or your experience. Or some people are even motivated by things such as a vacation or a promotion or something else that might be out there. And so when you start thinking about it, what makes you as an individual want to achieve more? And I open with that because it's something that you have to get into that mindset of doing because it is a kind of a shift of thinking when you are going to be more intrinsically motivated as an individual because many of us are motivated by external items, like I mentioned already, a promotion or, for example, a trip or vacation. But to be internally motivated is a little bit of a trickier thing for people because sometimes people take the path of least resistance. And also, sometimes, for example, like COVID has been a very big excuse, I feel, for people to not achieve their dreams because they're like, well, I'm on lockdown. I can't do this. I can't do that. And so the woe is me mentality comes in. But what's important here is you really need to break out of that and move forward because you as an individual obviously are here because you want to learn more about what you can do to better motivate yourself as well as to move forward as a project manager. But part of that means you yourself taking action. In some cases, your organization may offer you a career path or may offer you opportunities or promotions. But really, a lot of the time, it's going to be up to you to go out and seek those out, however it may be. So please start thinking about that as we move forward. I kind of want to touch base again. I've had a little introduction already. I am a program manager for a few different programs over at American Public University. I am also a certified professional coach. I have coached individuals through their master's degree, through doctoral programs, and through other periods of people's lives. And so I feel it's important to understand that many times, although intrinsic motivation is important, there are resources that are out there to help you achieve more. Um, and again, it's important for people to, think about what they want to do in the future to achieve greater success or in any event, whatever they really are looking for. Sometimes greater success may not be what the individual is looking for because what they might be looking for is job security or something, a field that they love or being in something that interests them more so than maybe financial reward. Okay. So I wanna start with the agenda here. I do want to mention that there will be some participation during the seminar. Obviously, everyone's on mute, but I will be expecting you to do some things and to talk about some things and try to get some feedback as well. So I'm hoping that people who are on now are ready to be engaged. And if you're listening to this at a later point, you can certainly, the tasks that we'll be doing are going to be things that you can do as well at the same time. And what we'll probably see is that a lot of people are able to do and engage and do things that are similar and learn from each other. So I want to start with the agenda. The first thing we're going to do is talk about intrinsic motivation, like what is it? How is it different, and why is it, isn't all motivation created equal? Maybe some's more equal, some's more important. The next thing is about career development. As a project manager, you really need to be thinking about your career. And as you know, since a project always has a finite time frame, you need to be thinking about the next project at some point during the project you're in. Otherwise, you're going to have these lapses in employment and lapses in your experience. We're also going to do a skill assessment and skill management. We'll talk about what people have when it comes to skills and learn more about those and how to manage them and harness them for greater success. We'll also talk about education and training. Many people think that the only way to achieve another skill set is through education. I think that is a great way to do it, but there are other ways to do it through training and other experience. We'll be touching on informal and formal type training, informal training that you can get, out there in the world. Formal training obviously is something a little bit more like a formal training session like we're in today. We'll talk about the concept of building a parallel career, and I'll touch on that a little bit later. And then we'll kind of bring the concepts we've had together, and then we'll talk about building on what people will have, as well as a question and answer session. So that pretty much is outlining what we're going to do, but remember that I will be asking you to participate at some point. So please do not be shy to follow along and do exactly what we do, because it will only help you. And since we have a limited amount of time, and I'm hoping that by the end of this, you'll actually get some experience and some direction on where to go and how you can better intrinsically motivate yourself in the future. Okay. So starting with the definition, what is intrinsic motivation? And as I was kind of leading into it, it's times when you do something for the enjoyment and not necessarily an award. For example, when you are a fan of a particular sports team, your participation and following of that team is based on your enjoyment and your ideas and concepts and loyalty, rather than necessarily the team's going to turn around and give you an award, or the team's going to give you a promotion. You're doing these things because you have a love of the sport, a love of maybe of the organization of what's going on. So that becomes more intrinsic rather than external ones, such as a promotion or a raise. For example, another good example of this is playing musical instruments. As we know, there are lots of people that play musical instruments. I, at one point, could play the piano at a certain level. The difference there is it never occurred to me that I was going to move on as a pianist and either move and become someone who would be a piano player in a band, or possibly have that as a career path. To me, I did it for some personal reward and some recognition. I achieved a certain level that I was happy with, and I moved on. Another example of this, for example, is my daughter. She did a lot of gymnastics from, I believe, the time she was 6 until the time that she completed high school. She at one point could have potentially gotten down and gotten to the Olympic level, but she had a number of injuries that took her out for a couple years at some key years in her life, and in that period of time when she was learning and becoming a better gymnast. And so simply because of her age and her injuries, it was never going to happen that she was going to reach that Olympic level. Now, that did not stop her. She actually was a state champion 2 years in a row. But she never was at that level that she was going to be able to move on to the Olympics. But that didn't stop her. She continued on until high school, and she still is quite physically fit and does other things.
Hi there, hope you enjoyed that last clip. My name is Michael Maludis, and if you'd like to watch the full 60 minutes of that last webcast, while also gaining complete unlimited access to our entire library of IT learning, simply visit our subscribe page at greatpro.org/subscribe. Unlimited annual access is $199 per year, but if you use the coupon code LEARN2EARN, you can drop that membership fee to just $149. That's less than $13 per month for unlimited access to over 1,000 hours of on-demand career development, covering the entire spectrum of IT management best practices, including business analysis and requirements, software development, quality and testing, risk management, process improvement, project management, and even digital transformation. But your membership doesn't just give you unlimited access to our vast learning library. You also get free access to our mobile app, as well as direct access to our network of over 300 of the world's leading IT consultants, all of whom are dedicated to putting practical knowledge at your fingertips so that you can learn more and earn more. I hope you will join me in becoming a member of the Great IT Professional and advancing your career with us. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button above so that you get notified whenever we publish new free webcasts each week of the year. Thank you for your time, and best wishes for your continued success.